The missing pieces, the truth about cheating.
So if you've just been caught in an adulterous affair on your wife, or are you the wife who's been found out by the husband to having sex with someone else? So if you're that position of this, I can clearly say that it's normal and it's natural for our species to be non-monogamous. It's very important that we understand that. Very few creatures on earth are monogamous, and so people will bring God into it, but if God wanted us to be monogamous, he wouldn't have made us non-monogamous. And throughout the history of humans, we've been non-monogamous. And the tradition that's right now of monogamy being shamed, non-monogamy being shamed upon, and monogamy considered normal, is unusual in our history. So if you're the person who got caught, you need to understand something. You are not a cheater. You may be a liar, but you're not a cheater. And that contract that you signed in marriage should never have been worded that way. It should have been that life changes when it comes to sexuality, and maybe when love stays the same. And you promise to be with that person faithful in love until it changes, and then you promise to communicate and be honest. Maybe honesty should be more the part of our vows. So if you're in that position, I understand. Now, I've been in the position of others where you were the mate that was cheated on. And so I have compassion for you. I understand you feel cheated. I feel like you were lied to, and it's probably far worse than the actual sex part. Many found that the lying and the cheating was the worst part. The part of breaking that bond that you believed you had is the worst part. Now, you got to understand a couple of things here. And I know it's my opinion, and I've been in this place, but the other person is a human being, and human beings go through stages. We are not a monogamous species. We're non-monogamous. So he or she may have made mistakes in being honest, because, sometimes the dishonesty is because they love you. Sex is not love. Sex is sex. Love is love. And so the reason why they might not have told you was because they loved you and didn't want to lose you. So, I have a deepest compassion for both people. One, I understand it's human nature to have multiple partners. And so I understand that person followed their human nature, despite all the pain it might bring. And lying was bad, but it was a choice of being and losing a loved one versus lying. They probably would lie. Now, on the other side of that coin, I understand that you feel cheated and you feel like you broke your contract. Maybe you should rewrite the contract. Maybe you should really look at whether that contract for life was reasonable and was honest, and it was within the bounds of our species. And maybe you should understand that maybe he or she loves you. That's why they wanted to stay with you, but they still had cravings for non-monogamy, and they wanted to be happy too. So there you have it. When I look at a cheater, to me a cheater is someone who's going off and getting a relationship with someone else. And women do it and men do it. They have emotional attachments of somebody at work. That to me is really breaking the marriage bonds, because they're emotionally or romantically involved with somebody. The sex is not part of that. And there's many people who go to work and they have a bromance or whatever it is, and that is an emotional turning away, and that's a different problem in marriage and weddings and matrimony and all that. That's a different problem. That's someone leaving somebody in their heart.